Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to reading for Wednesday, April 15th. And today, what you will need for reading in your packet is the story map for Peter's chair. So if you'd like to grab that, you can. You don't need it right now, but that is what you will need to complete your work for today. All right, so our goals for today say I can read the sight words saw, what, and down, and I can retell my story by completing my story map. So let's review our sight words that we learned on Monday. Here's our first one. What is this word? The word is saw. Spell it with me. S-A-W, saw. Turn and tell someone near you a sentence using the word saw. All right, great job. Let's take a look at our next word. It is what? Spell it with me. W-H-A-T, what? Turn and tell someone a sentence using the word what. Great job. All right, last word. Do you remember this word? This word is down. Spell it with me. D-O-W-N, down. Great, last one. So turn and tell someone a sentence using the word down. All right, boys and girls. So in your bag that you picked up from school last week, you had a little baggie that had some Play-Doh in it. So today, after we are finished, as you are watching the sight word videos, I want you to use your Play-Doh to make the letters in the words that you, for the sight words this week, saw, what, and down. And as you do that, you can use the Play-Doh to kind of play along with him as he reads, or as he sings the song, and you can participate and do the missing letter. And then after you're done, have somebody at home do the mix and fix for you. So when you do that, for example, if you were doing mix and fix with the word saw, you would have all three letters, S-A-W, made in the Play-Doh, and you would just have somebody mix them up for you. And then you have to put them in the correct order. Okay, and when you are doing this, make sure you're saying the letters as you are putting them in order. So S-A-W, saw. This just helps your brain remember those words a little bit better. All right, so the good thing about the videos, guys, is that you can pause these videos at any time as we move through them. So if you need to stop and maybe do an activity like I would like for you to do here, and I'll explain in a second, you can pause the video. If you ever need to go back, maybe today while we're doing the story map, you're trying to figure out what happened in the beginning of the story, you can pause the video and you can go back and you can hear the beginning of the video or look at the pictures. And that will help you maybe complete some of the tasks as you go, since I am not there to help you or to kind of guide you for some of these. So, like I said, I would ask that you pause right here. This is a review of the sight words that we have learned. So pause this video, and I want you to go through and read as many of these words as you can all by yourself to someone near you, or if nobody's around, try to read them by yourself. If you get to a word that you do not know, ask somebody to help you and then say it again. So if I don't know this word, I say, hey, Mom, what's this word? And Mom says, this is was. So then I'm going to say it again, was. Always repeat because it will help you remember, okay? So see how many of these words you can read all by yourself. All right, so let's review sight words for this week. Oh, I'm sorry, not sight words. We're on phonics. All right, sorry. We are doing phonics. You can do a pen and paper if you would like to, pencil and paper, or you can do these out loud like we would normally do in class. It's totally up to you. You'll see what I mean as we get going. So say the word rat. Say the word rat again. Now say all the sounds in the word rat. At. So let's look at the letters. We have at, rat. All right, so let's see. Let's change the R, the to what word do we have now? At, hat. Good. All right, let's change the to What word do we have? Mat. Good. Let's change the to s. And now we have sat. Good. And here's your challenge word for today. We've been changing the first letter, but let's change the a to I. What word do we have now? So change the a to I. So let's see. We have the word sit. Good job, guys. All right. We are moving right along. You're doing a great job. All right. So today we're going to read Peter's chair again, but today we're going to have a little bit different job. So our job is to identify the characters and the setting, and then we have to tell what happened in the beginning, the middle, and the end. And we're using our story map. So the story map is the tool that we will use to retell a story to someone who maybe hasn't heard it. So in order to complete the story map, you need to identify the characters. And remember, characters are the people, the animals, or creatures in a story. The other thing we have to identify is the setting. And remember, the setting is where the story takes place. And then at the end, we're going to be, your job today is to write or draw about the beginning, middle, and end. So as I move through the story and I'm reading that, I want you to think about all of those things. Think who is in the story, where are they, and what is happening. All right, so let's start with Peter's chair. Peter stretched as high as he could. There, his tall building was finished. Crash! Down it came. Shh! Called his mother. You'll have to play more quietly. Remember, we have a new baby in the house. Peter looked into his sister Susie's room. His mother was fussing around the cradle. That's my cradle, he thought, and they painted it pink. Hi, Peter, said his father. Would you like to help paint sister's high chair? It's my high chair, whispered Peter. He saw his crib and muttered, My crib. It's painted pink, too. Not far away stood his old chair. They didn't paint that yet, Peter shouted. He picked it up and ran to his room. Let's run away, Willie, he said. Peter filled a shopping bag with cookies and dog biscuits. We'll take my blue chair, my toy crocodile, and the picture of me when I was a baby. Willie got his bone. They went outside and stood in front of his house. This is a good place, said Peter. He arranged his things very nicely and decided to sit in his chair for a while. But he couldn't fit in the chair. He was too big. His mother came to the window and called, Won't you come back to us, Peter, dear? We have something very special for lunch. Peter and Willie made believe they didn't hear. But Peter got an idea. Soon his mother saw signs that Peter was home. That rascal is hiding behind the curtain, she said happily. She moved the curtain away, but he wasn't there. Here I am, shouted Peter. Peter sat in a grown-up chair. His father sat next to him. Daddy, said Peter, let's paint the little chair pink for Susie. And they did. All right, boys and girls, so now it's your job to complete your story map. So I'm going to help you a little bit so you can get started, but you will need to get your paper. It looks just like the one you see on your screen. It is in your packet, okay? So this is asking us to do a couple things. It's asking us to identify characters, setting, and then beginning, middle, end. Now, it is your choice how to do this. For some of us, pictures will work the best. For some of us, some of you will be able to write a complete sentence. You do what is best for you, but I want you to try to, if you're drawing pictures, I want you to at least label the pictures. Okay, try to do some writing in this assignment. All right. So for characters, let's talk about that real quick. Name name some characters in the story. Well, I know that Peter is one of the characters that we talked about on every page. So Peter is a character. So what I might do is I might write Peter in here. Excuse my writing, guys. I'm trying to write on my screen. It's hard. Peter. Another character in the story was Mom. What other characters can you remember from the story? Remember, characters don't have to only be people. They can also be animals or creatures. We don't have any creatures in this story, but we do have an animal. So do you think that we should put Willie down as a character? I think so. So maybe we'll write, I'm going to try to squeeze Willie in here. And there were 2 more characters that I'm not going to talk about. I want you to think about who are the other 2 characters that Miss McNamara did not put in the characters box. That's your job. Also, setting. So remember, setting is where the story takes place. So where were they at? Think about that. You go back, look at the story, and look at some of the pictures to help you figure that out. You can draw and label, or you can write a sentence. All right, so now we're going down to beginning, middle, end. This might be a good place where you might pause and go back. Remember, the beginning of the story is usually what we hear on the first couple pages. So what was the first big thing that happened in the story? Think about that. I would say I'll help you with the beginning. One of the first things that happened in the beginning was the blocks came crashing down. And Mom said, shh, you have to find something quiet to do because of the baby. So blocks came crashing down. Mom said, shh. Maybe we could start that in the beginning. Yours does not have to match mine. If you have another idea or a different way of saying it, please feel free to do that. The middle, choose an event that kind of describes what was happening. Okay, so the middle is the biggest part of the book, but you don't have to write everything. Pick something that happened in the middle and tell me about it. And then what happened at the very end? Look at the last page of the story, and that will help you decide what happened at the end. So after you have your story map filled out, please have Mom or Dad take a picture of it and send it to me through an email or through Parent Square. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I am here to help you guys. I appreciate all your hard work, guys, and I hope that you have a great day. I'll talk to you on Friday.